Hey guys, welcome back to the movie summary. Beginning of the movie, we see a warrior named Myong. He stands beside the warriors who fought and died with him. Just then a girl named Yen comes there. She is the daughter of a king. The king raised Myong from childhood. Made a warrior. Myong and Yen relationship is like brother and sister. Wars are going on their kingdom Yan. While fighting, the king gets seriously injured. He then tells Myong to take care as the captain of their army. So the king's nephew Samidhi feels jealous seeing Myong. The king tells Myong that there are many enemies in the guise of friend, be careful. Later Myong goes to war with his army. Then Yen comes to meet his father. Then the king says that you have all the qualifications to be the queen of this kingdom. Yen doesn't want to be queen anymore. She thinks it is enough if her father is alive. After a while Samidhi comes to meet the king. And says you made a mistake by appointing Myong as the army chief. He doesn't deserve that. Then king says you will never understand Myong. Hearing this Samidhi gets angry and kills the king. Yen is deeply saddened by her father's death. A few days later king's funeral will take place. That's where the king's advisor is Teng. He tells what the king's last wish is. Myong should be appointed as the army chief. Hearing this Samidhi his followers do not agree. Then Yen says that anyone who speaks contrary to Myong will be beheaded. Yen becomes queen. Myong takes care of the army. Samidhi gets very angry with Yen. He makes plans to remove her from the position of queen. Samidhi spreads a rumor in the kingdom that a woman is not the queen of the kingdom. Yen needs more training to become a great queen. Myong says I will give you good training with Yen. Then Myong trains Yen. Yen has to face many obstacles while training. However, she wants to rule the kingdom like her father. She gradually performs very well in archery and other training. One day while Yen is washing his horse, Samidhi comes there. He sends some people into the water to kill her. Then Yen escapes from them using all the knowledge she has learned and training. Still they chase and attack her. Then an arrow pierces the Yen. So she falls down. Then they all run to her. There are many traps in that forest that they don't know about. They all get trapped in it. A man named Cheyenne saves Yen and takes her to his place. He treats her and takes care of her. She wakes up after 7 days. Yen doesn't even know where she is. She trusts Cheyenne. Cheyenne tells her that it will take another 3 days for you to fully recover. Yen likes Cheyenne. Now she remembers her duty. Yen is a queen and she has to rule her kingdom. One day Cheyenne takes Yen to a beautiful place. There he says that, I want to travel this world in a hot air balloon once. Yen also tells her dream. She wants to protect her kingdom. Besides she wants to be a good queen. Next day she decides to go to her kingdom. Cheyenne and Yen can't sleep that day. Because in the morning they will have to separate. After a while Yen comes and lies down next to Cheyenne. Next day Yen and Cheyenne leave for the kingdom together. On the other hand, Myong and Teng are looking for Yen. Then they see a sword in the forest. That sword is a new moon warrior sword. After a while Yen and Cheyenne appear to them. Myong gets suspicious of Cheyenne. Then Yen tells Myong that this is the person who saved my life. Then Myong thanks him. After they all leave for the kingdom. On the way, they knowing that their kingdom has been attacked. Samidhi's followers says we will not fight till Samidhi is made king. Later Myong and Yen join the battle with their 2,000 soldiers. But the enemy's army was more than 10,000. Yen's army is small, their chances of winning were slim. Myong fights the enemies heroically. Then their army will find a way to escape. Then Yen runs away into the forest. Enemy soldiers and king chase her together. Yen comes to a place and stops. There are Yen soldiers hiding in the trees. Then they all attack the enemy at once. Yen and king fight fiercely. Yen defeats him. Yen leaves the king alive. Then he will leave this kingdom. Later Samidhi and his soldiers are expelled from the kingdom. Now everyone in the kingdom thinks that Yen has all the qualifications to be a queen. Yen also prepares for his coronation. Yen remembers the time spent with Cheyenne. She feels alone. Just then Myong tells that Cheyenne is a new moon warrior. New moon warriors are heroes in war. He says that they have not lost any battle. Then everyone comes for Yen's coronation. Then Yen tells there that I will not be the queen of this kingdom. Myong will be the king. Myong have all the qualifications of a king. Everyone there will be shocked to hear this. Unable to resist Yen, Myong agrees to his coronation. Now Myong becomes king. Yen says that I have no joy in ruling the kingdom. I will be happy only when I am with someone who loves me and leaves. After hearing Yen's words, Myong does not stand in her way. Yen goes closer to Cheyenne. Cheyenne is already sitting in the hot air balloon he made. Yen also sits on that balloon. She says to Cheyenne that I want to spend my whole life with you. That night they both spend private time. On the other hand, Samidhi meets a poison maker. The man gives the poison to Samidhi and says that no one has found an antidote for this poison so far. Samidhi took this poison to use in their weapons. Mayong comes to know that Samidhi is attacking the kingdom. Teng tells Mayong that we should increase the defense of the kingdom. Mayong is worried about Yen. So he goes for her. There he takes the new moon sword. Then all the birds there will fly away. Cheyenne realizes that someone has taken the sword. Then Cheyenne comes near Mayong. Soon Mayong attacks him. Because to find out if Cheyenne is really a new moon warrior or not. Then they both fight fiercely. Mayong admits defeat after seeing Cheyenne's fighting skills. Then Mayong realizes that Cheyenne is a new moon warrior. Moreover, he thinks that the Yen will also be protected. Mayong tells Cheyenne about Samidhi and asks him to help them. Then he goes back to kingdom. The entire kingdom is silent. Then Mayong does not understand what is happening here. Just then Samidhi's soldiers surround him. One soldier throws the Teng's severed head towards the Mayong. Now he realizes that Samidhi has invaded the kingdom. The Samidhi army attacked the Teng army with poison weapons. Therefore the Teng army died. However, Mayong is the only one ready to attack them. Samidhi's soldiers shoot arrows at him. But the few remaining Teng soldiers in the kingdom protect Mayong. On the other hand, Samidhi army will attack Yen Cheyenne too. Then they both fight with enemies. Just then a poisoned arrow hits Cheyenne. Seeing that, Yen is very scared. Then Cheyenne says, you go to save your kingdom and Mayong. Yen doesn't want to leave Cheyenne in this situation. Then Cheyenne tells that I will treat my wound, you should go to your kingdom anyway. Even if Yen doesn't want to go, she goes from there. Next day Mayong alone goes to battleground to fight with Samidhi soldiers. Because all his soldiers died trying to save Mayong. Mayong alone fights heroically against the Samidhi soldiers. Even if he is injured a lot, he asks Samidhi that will you fight with me. Samidhi knows that Mayong will fight better than him. So he sends his soldiers to attack Mayong. Meanwhile Yen comes there and asks Samidhi, why are you doing this? For that he tells, I want to become a king. He also says that I killed your father. Yen gets very angry after hearing this. Later they both have a fierce fight. Then Samidhi throws Yen down. Before he can kill her, Yen pulls out a spear from her side and stabs Samidhi in the throat. Seeing Samidhi's death, his army panicked and threw down their weapons. Mayong dies from severe injuries. Cheyenne on the other hand also dies. Then Yen cries a lot. Yen puts Cheyenne's body in a hot air balloon and sends it into the sky. Now Yen is the queen and rules the kingdom. This is how this movie ends. 99% people watch my videos without subscribing. I am working hard to make these videos. My humble request to subscribe my channel to grow.